Hello, garden companions with weathered hands and patient hearts. Ever noticed how we and garden treasures share something special? That chipped teacup, forgotten ladder, or grandmother's colander, all waiting for their second chapter? Today, we transform the overlooked into garden poetry. Because edging isn't just boundary setting, it's storytelling with soil and memories. Stay with me, dip. We'll turn your discarded heirlooms into conversation pieces that bloom with history. Welcome to Golden Seniors Living, where forgotten treasures become garden gold. If peaceful, soulful garden magic is your kind of joy, tap that subscribe button. There's always room for more beauty in our little corners of the world. So, grab your gloves and let's stroll through Treasure Garden, edging ideas each one a gentle lift for your garden and your spirit. Number 1. Broken teacups and saucers. That cracked teacup with the missing handle? It still has stories to tell. Turn those broken cups and mismatched saucers upside down along your flower beds, nestling them into the soil like soldiers in a garden fairy tale, or scatter them playfully like stepping stones in an Alice in Wonderland dream. The chipped porcelain catches light beautifully. Colors, even faded, seem brighter surrounded by green. Suddenly, that forgotten shelf of cracked china becomes a whimsical border filled with charm and personality. This isn't just edging, it's memory work. Each cup might remind you of Sunday brunches, long-lost relatives, or quiet morning teas on the porch. And best of all, it's gentle on the hands, easy to install, and makes your space feel like a secret tucked inside a storybook. Number 2. Reclaimed roof tiles. Some things were built to weather storms. Roof tiles, for instance. They sit quietly above our heads for years until one day they're removed, set aside, forgotten. But a tile doesn't lose its purpose when it leaves the rooftop. It just waits for a new chapter. In the garden, those curved clay classics or old ceramic shingles become sculptural. Place them upright in the soil, side by side, like proud backs supporting your blooms. The arch catches afternoon shadows and rain slips gently down the curve into the soil like a blessing. Let the tiles follow your garden's natural bends. Their curved edges ripple like fabric, a visual lullaby. Try layering them in a staggered edge for depth and movement. The terracotta, slate gray, and moss green bring a natural palette no paint could match. Every chip tells a story. Every crack is a thread in its history. What once stood high, protecting a home, now rests gently on the ground, protecting your plants. It's poetic, really. How something that once braved storms now nurtures calm. In a way, these tiles mirror us. We too weather time, carrying stories in our worn edges, yet still beautiful, still useful, still belonging. Number 3. Glass bottle borders. There's something about glass that feels like frozen light, the way it catches sun, refracts color and memory. In a garden, that shimmer turns even the smallest corner enchanting. Start with bottles that have personality. Clear ones are lovely, but blues, greens, or amber are even better. Clean them thoroughly and peel off labels. Then comes the magic. Turn each bottle upside down, neck into the soil, and plant them in a line. They become like stained glass windows at ground level, glowing with warmth even on cloudy days. Mix colors for a rainbow effect or create patterns. Use shorter bottles for curves, taller ones for straight lines. Some gardeners fill bottles with water to enhance reflection. Others drop fairy lights inside for nighttime sparkle. No matter how you use them, they make people smile. A bottle that once held root beer now marks the boundary between time and daisies, a border that shines like jewelry for the earth itself. And it's easy. No tools, no digging, just your hands and a few glass treasures that would have otherwise been tossed away. Number 4. Vintage cutlery fence. Open that junk drawer filled with mismatched forks, tarnished spoons, and dulled knives. Instead of letting them rust in solitude, imagine a silver-lined garden fence, glinting softly in morning light, each piece standing proudly like dignified old souls. Press each utensil handle first into the soil, space them tightly for a dense decorative line, or give them breathing room for an airier effect. Forks catch light in their prongs, spoons reflect sky in their curved backs, knives bring clean lines contrasting beautifully with leafy chaos. Some gardeners take it further, bending spoons into loops, twisting forks into sculptures, even engraving names into flat sides. Raindrops beat on silver like jewelry, dew clings like pearls, and sometimes when the wind blows just right, they jingle like time-made wind chimes. These were tools of nourishment that fed families, stirred soups, served birthday cakes. Now they return to earth in service once again. This isn't trash. This is tradition, a table setting for the earth herself. Number 5. Bicycle wheel halos. Remember that old bicycle with flat tires and a squeaky seat? You may not ride it anymore, but its wheels are ready for one more spin as garden halos. Remove the wheel from the frame tires off, leaving just the metal ring with its elegant spokes. Use the full wheel or cut it in half for arched shapes. Stake it into soil just enough to stand firm like a garden gate with no door. A frame for the sky. Place them near flower beds, behind hostas, or flanking tomato planters. Their circular form draws the eye with modern meets vintage flair. But real magic happens when plants interact. Climbing vines weave through spokes like embroidery. Morning glories, sweet peas, ivy, they all see an invitation. The wheel becomes a living trellis, a soft sculpture. There's poetry in taking a symbol of movement and letting it rest in garden stillness. Paint the wheel, or let it rust naturally. Place one, or create rhythm with several throughout your yard. Even wheels deserve to rest in beauty. Number 6. Painted tin can path edging. That can of beans, tin of peaches, or tomato soup might come in handy someday. Today is that day, transforming pantry essentials into your garden's most colorful companions. Clean cans thoroughly, remove labels and smooth edges for safety. Then comes the fun, painting. Choose colors reflecting your garden's soul, soft pastels for romantic cottage vibes, bold primaries for playful looks, or classic whites and terracottas for rustic charm. Use stencils, floral motifs, or add little words to each one. Hope, bloom, joy, tiny garden affirmations. Once dry, arrange them upside down or right side up along your beds. For extra magic, punch decorative holes in sides that cast patterned shadows when sunlight filters through. This edging works beautifully around curves and corners. They're light to move, sturdy against weather, and easily changed with seasons. In spring, repaint them with blossoms. In winter, frosty whites and silvers. They once held meals, now they hold memories. Trash that framed flowers now frames them. Number 7. Stacked paperback book bricks. There's a certain sadness when a beloved book falls apart, pages curled, spine cracked, cover faded. But before letting go, imagine giving that story a permanent home in your garden. Gather damaged books, remove loose pages, then seal the exterior using waterproof shellac, resin, or marine-grade Mod Podge to protect from elements. Once dry, each book becomes a solid, weatherproof block, a time capsule. Place them side by side along garden edges, spine out so titles peek through like a soil library. Organized by color or theme, mysteries around herb beds, romance novels near roses. You might even paint new covers with garden quotes or plant names. Books that once filled your mind now cradle marigolds. Stories that stirred your heart now border basil. They rest in sunshine, not forgotten but transformed. When someone asks, "Is that a book?" you'll smile and say yes, and it's still telling stories. Let poetry hold your pansies in place. Number 8. Upside down umbrella fringe. An umbrella breaks, a bent spoke, torn fabric, stubborn handle, and we set it aside. But hidden in that collapsed canopy is one of the most whimsical garden edging ideas. One that flutters in wind and turns rain protection into sunshine celebration. Disassemble the umbrella, removing fabric carefully and cutting into scalloped strips like bunting, only softer. Use garden wire to attach fabric panels, creating a low, flowing fringe, a skirt for your garden beds. Stake the edging in waves around patio pots or raised beds. The fabric flutters with each breeze, catching light and creating gentle movement. On rainy days, it sings as water beads on fabric and slides off in pearls, nourishing earth below. What once shielded you from storms now hugs your plants as they grow. When fabric wears out, replace it with new memories, a scarf that holds sentiment, old curtains, or a piece of your favorite sun hat. This isn't just edging, it's storytelling in stitches, honoring things that bent but didn't break. From storm shelter to sunshine smiles. Number 9, mason jar luminaries. There's magic that only shows itself at dusk, that hushes sunsets, when gardens glow just a little longer. In those twilight hours, mason jars shine brightest. Clean your jars, and if desired, create a frosted look with sea glass spray. Drop in battery-operated tea lights or wind fairy lights inside. Layer bottoms with sand, gravel, dried lavender, or polished pebbles. Tinny worlds inside glass shells. Place them along garden edges, curve around patio paths, or line across low walls. They create pockets of glow lanterns guiding footsteps through your garden story. They're flexible, move when you wish, change light colors, add seasonal touches. At night, they illuminate gently. At dawn, they reflect early sun like tiny mirrors. On evenings when you sit outside with warm drinks as night comes slowly, they become your company, your glow, your peace. Evening edges that whisper, "Come closer." Number 10, old drawer, faces when furniture outlives its prime. A dresser too wobbly, a nightstand past its prime. Pause before discarding. Inside broken furniture lies something beautiful. Drawer fronts. Take those wooden faces with their worn grains smooth from years of opening and closing. Line them side by side along flower beds, some tall, some short. Paint them fresh or leave raw for elements to finish. Arrange upright with stakes behind or lay flat for lower profile borders. Add small signs if desired, stencil herb names or garden affirmations. Grow slow, rooted in joy, this too shall bloom. Each becomes like a plaque, a memory. Maybe that drawer once held socks, love letters, or forgotten toys. Now it holds marigolds, guards mint. It's no longer hidden in darkness, but standing in light. There's something redemptive in taking something that once kept things closed and using it to open beauty. Once they held socks, now they hold sunflowers. Number 11, rusty garden tools row. Old tools don't die, they find new purpose. There's quiet dignity in rusted spades, bent trowels, and rakes. Missing teeth. Tools that once turned soil, now retired but not forgotten. Line old garden tools handled down in tidy rows along vegetable patches or flower borders. Some stand proud and straight, others tilt slightly like whispering to soil. Each becomes a sculpture, a totem of the gardener's journey. Wooden handles speak of strong hands, rusted edges hold warmth and wisdom. Their presence grounds the garden with age and authenticity. Polish lightly or let them age further with grace. Tie name tags or lavender sprigs to each, a gesture of thanks for past service. This edging honors time, reminding us that even in rest there is purpose. Because tools, like people, aren't disposable. They're made to serve, then to be seen. The tools of yesterday become the art of today. Number 12. Tiled mirror mosaic. There's haunting beauty in broken mirrors, reflecting not just light but life. Glimpses, memories, fragments of moments. Though some say broken mirrors bring bad luck, in gardens they bring brilliance. Start with cracked or chipped mirrors. Wearing gloves, break them intentionally into curves, triangles, small jagged shards. Use waterproof adhesive to mosaic pieces onto bricks, stepping stones, or wood planks, letting space and shimmer dance together. Install as edging along paths or around planters. The smallest piece catches the largest beam of light. Sun reflects through every angle. Raindrops scatter like diamonds. Birds pause to peek at themselves. At dusk, mirrors hold onto golden light as if day isn't ready to say goodbye. But beyond shimmer is symbolism. These mirrors once showed our faces. Now they show our flowers, our growth, our quiet pride. Even broken reflections can border beauty. Number 13, scrap wood stumps. In every lumber pile, pruning stack, or firewood corner, there is potential. Scrap wood stumps aren't just tree pieces, they're story pieces. Take short stumps and chunky offcuts, branches too short for logs, too thick for kindling. Press each into soil like guards on duty. Let heights vary, edges show rings and cracks, bark remain or peel back for contrast. The result? A border feeling organic, like it grew naturally. It works especially well around wildflower beds, hosta rings, or between stone pathways. Stumps feel strong, something fairies might drum on or gardeners lean against after long days. In time, wood weathers silvering in sun, darkening in rain, softening in snow, becoming part of the garden's rhythm. Carve symbols or paint patterns if desired, or leave them bare, unspoken, untouched, undeniably beautiful. This edging isn't polished or perfect. It's honest. Sometimes the strongest borders are made from what was left behind. Time-worn timber still has stories to tell. Number 14. Wine cork garland edging. There's something festive about wine corks, each telling quiet stories of birthday toasts, reunions, or rainy evening glasses. Small treasures often saved without purpose, until now. Collect corks, their differences create character. String them on garden wire or twine, horizontally through centers or vertically looped around edges. As the garland grows, it develops rhythm and gentle curves. Lay along garden bed bases, pin with small stakes or nestle between stones. Wrap around tree bases or weave through herb spirals. Paint ends, dip in glitter, or mark with initials, turning each into a token worth remembering. Corks are surprisingly resilient, resistant to mold, quick drying after rain, warm in their grain. Best of all, this edging grows with celebrations. Invite friends to contribute a cork from their table planted in your flower bed, creating a community of joy, one winding line at a time. This isn't just an edge, it's a toast to the earth. Cork by cork. Number 15. Salvaged window frames with plant pockets. Old windows hold more than glass, they hold possibility. Burdened against garages or in junk piles, panes gone and paint peeling, they're ready to see your garden bloom. Find salvaged window frames, just the wooden grid, no glass needed. Give a light sanding or leave flaking paint to whisper history. Attach small wooden boxes or metal baskets inside each pane, or sew burlap pouches across frames. Fill pockets with herbs, trailing vines, or small flowers, each square holding beauty and memory. Paint labels below panes: basil, thyme, joy, peace. Place behind beds like backdrops or angle along pathways to catch sun. The frame becomes a doorway into blooming, suggesting there's always more to see. This isn't just edging, it's a portal where views once past now blooms pause. Number 16. Broken terracotta pots, mosaic. There's comfort in terracotta, warm orange earth, heat-holding texture. When pots break, it feels like small heartbreak. Save those shards, they're the final poetic touch to garden edges. Gather fragments small and large, rough edges showing, perhaps still earth-dusted. Press pieces into soil along beds or paths like puzzle pieces without rules. Overlap them, nestling smallest fragments between larger ones, creating textured borders of movement, shadow, and contrast. Terracotta stands beautifully against dark mulch or green foliage. Combine with stones, bricks, or mirror fragments if desired, or keep it simple, earthy, and strong. As you place each piece, remember what that pot once held: geraniums on windowsills, basil on porches, your first ever plant. This edging honors it all, because beauty doesn't need perfection. Sometimes the most powerful borders are jagged, honest, unapologetically real. Beauty doesn't have to be whole, just honest. From teacups to tin cans, roof tiles to rusty tools, we've seen how the forgotten becomes unforgettable. Gardening in our golden years isn't about buying more, it's about seeing more, about pausing to find beauty in chipped cups or promise in old bicycle wheels. Each border we've made isn't just edging, it's memory framed in soil, reminding us that like these treasures, we too hold value in every crack, curve, and season we've lived. Our hands may carry age, but they also carry wisdom no store could sell. This wasn't just about tips, it was a celebration of resourcefulness, of gardens that whisper, "You still matter." If any idea sparked joy, give this video a thumbs up to help more garden lovers find us. Comment below, Which edging idea made you say, "I could do that this weekend"? Or share a tip of your own. We read every word, and your stories might become our next videos. Subscribe to Golden Seniors, living where creativity keeps blooming, spirit keeps building, and gardens keep whispering back, one lovely border at a time.